What the fuck do you want?
Hello and welcome to the latest week of What the Fuck Do You Want? And as a last minute stand-in, once again, because you think it'd be nice if he just got an invite in his own time for a change, I've got Hallmark of Joe.
Hello, it's me again.
It is you again. Thank you for coming in last moment.
That's what I do.
Again.
I swoop in like a man with a brick.
The caped bricked Avenger.
Yeah, I will Todd on your radiators though. That's just what I do.
Ah, Radio Gold. So, have you got more Gears of War or Shock Rock since we were last talking to you?
No, we haven't had any Gears of War announcements, which is kind of sad.
Well, we've got an Xbox showcase just around the corner. It's nice to be able to do this because I normally try to future-proof episodes.
But yeah, well, I mean, you're going to get them every year, but I just don't think that, it's not a priority for them at the moment, is it?
I would hope so.
No.
Did you ever get round to Tactics?
I did. I enjoyed Tactics, actually.
More of that.
It got to a point though where I was just mowing through stuff. The difficulty level seemed to plateau, and I was just massively overpowered for everything.
I remember the first time playing it, I didn't use the Scout because I thought they were shit. Who wants a Scout? And then realised they had grenades that respawn very quickly. I was like, I'm a very silly little punk.
Using your Jack robot wisely is also a very, very smart thing to do with that, because it gives you extra turns or extra movement. Yeah, so you could then very quickly outflank stuff, just crossfire the shit out of them and go home.
Job done.
It was a good. I mean, I keep meaning to start like XCOM because of that, because I quite enjoyed it, but I just haven't got the time and patience.
Oh, the frustration. It is a meme that you get like a 95% hit chance and you will miss it.
Yeah. But Zelda is sucking up all the free time at the moment.
Yeah, it's certainly doing that.
Yeah. Again, it was like I've put so many hours into it and not even done anything, because you just wander off, don't you?
You're going to sit down, you're going to have a session, you've got an hour to yourself, just do one of the fucking temples or make a start on them. I say, oh, there's this green spiral off in the distance. That's a shrine. I can't walk past that. I'll forget about it.
There's a graveyard over there. There's a cave. It appeals to the worst part of me, because I've got very short attention span at the best of times.
Ooh, shinies.
The constant. Ooh, what's that over that hill? Ooh, what's that over there?
I bet I could get up there.
Yes, the amount of climb and rest. Oh, there's nothing up here. Great. And now I've lost my horse.
You can upgrade your stamina. I don't need it.
I'll just sleep in a very expensive bed and get the little yellow wheel. That'll do me, yeah. And then I lose my horse, and then I've got to go find the horse, and it's a whole system.
If only they had flying horses.
If only they had the Red Dead Redemption, just whistle from anywhere and it shows up, sort of thing.
I think we got spoiled too by Elden Ring and that horse that just appears from underneath you.
Bronc,
the ghost
or whatever it was called, yeah. I mean, it's more realistic, but also I don't want that.
No, realism, that's what we're trying to escape here.
Yeah.
Holy fuck, who wants realism?
But I think it was you that told me you can summon them from any stable.
Yeah.
And I was like, that helps when I've just completely lost them somewhere, because I've been down a well and then ascended out through it, and I have no fucking clue where I am now.
Welcome to the Zelda cast.
I met the well lady the other day. That was exciting.
Did you tell her how many wells you'd found?
She was like, that's a lot of wells, and I was like, I know.
Holy fuck, sunshine. You know your wells.
It was like 10 rupees a well. I was like, this doesn't feel like a good trade, to be fair. I got down a well, love. What are you doing? Anyway.
And Dave Brocky is still dead.
Jesus.
Tone shift. So, been keeping well apart from all this?
Yeah. Ploughing on, innit? Might be able to work from home soon. That's exciting for me.
Fingers crossed. Think of all the Zelda.
Yeah. Oh, it's not that. Just think of not having to get up at 5 a.m. to go to work. Just roll down the stairs. Be lovely.
Frowning at people on the train.
Oh, I was like, I wouldn't mind so much, but if you get in on a bus or whatever, have a wash. And it's not difficult. Minimum effort.
I've complained about it before, but ever since lockdown, I don't know if people are just dirtier now or the sense of smell has been slightly.
Yeah, I think it's heightened sense of smell.
Possibly, but even working at the store and people will come up and they've obviously not washed and just thrown a bit of deodorant or aftershave on.
Africa. Oh, you smell like a teenage boy.
I'm going to take you out the back of the store and hose you down.
Not in a Philip Schofield
and
way.
then throw you in the freezer.
Well, Apparently you can do that. That's what I learned the other day. Apparently with jeans, that's what you're supposed to do. You're not meant to wash jeans. You're meant to put them in the freezer to kill things that live on them, and then you can wear them again. And I was like, no, I don't wear jeans anyway.
Science.
But that's apparently the guy, like, was he Levi Jeans, the guy that invented jeans.
Gene Levy.
Yeah, Gene Levy. That's what he did. And I was like, okay, this is strange, but there we are.
Well, if we copied other people and their methods,
the world would be a duller place.
I don't want to go back to gold, but it's great. In jokes, I've already got a small audience, and only us two get that.
Niche it down further. Yep.
Fuck you! I don't want you listening. Go away.
His favourite song, "Gold" by Span.
Well, this has been an entrance. Over 6 minutes. Dear me. Shall we get to it?
Go for it.
Joe, what the fuck do you want?
I want more Snuff Box.
I can't be in love if it's plastic. To live on my own just seems tragic. But we'll raise our souls high when our day comes. You thought it was gold, but it was bronze. So get here in time when our day comes. You thought it was gold, but it was bronze.
Snuff Box was a 2006, I want to say, sketch show, but not really.
It's structured like a sitcom, but it consists of sketches. So,
there's an overlying story to it, but it is made up of random sort of sketches, starring Matt Berry and Rich Fulcher, coming off the back of The Mighty Boosh. It was commissioned by BBC Three for one season, one series, 6 episodes, and nothing else. I was working in a pub in Birmingham at the time, and it was on 11 o'clock at night on BBC Three. So
BBC Three went dark after hours. It was
there was a lot of very strange stuff on BBC Three after, like, Snog, Marry, Avoid, or whatever it was called. That one with the robot that used to do.
Did you make this up?
There was a program where there used to be a robot that would make people over. Because they'd always get like a goth person on it and make them look like someone. Yeah.
Sounds we want to make a new series of Queer Eye, but AI's a thing now. We can just use that.
It was before that. It was what was it called? I can't remember. But it was hosted by, I want to say, one of Atomic Kitten.
Oh dear.
Yeah, it was weird. Not Kerry Katona, not that one. One of the other ones.
She was too busy doing adverts
and coke, allegedly. Just
no.
Get that in there.
Snuff Box.
Yes, but I remember watching the first episode of it because I'd ring the bell for last orders and then disappear into the office, watch this, and then come out and kick people out the pub, because it's half an hour.
The perfect length. You're right.
Absolute comedy gold. And I don't want to say if you like your comedy dark, this is for you, because that's bollocks. But it is very strange, really
well structured. Normally, I prefer investing into comedy, and then it gets funny 20 minutes in once you get a handle on the world.
Yeah.
But this one, I was laughing at the opening scene.
Straight out the gate, that's the thing is, though, you don't know what you're in for, because the opening scene is 2 men walking down a white corridor, and it's like they're just chatting, but it's nonsense because it's a nonsense conversation. You got Rich Fulcher doing Rich Fulcher stuff as an American. He's basically like a less annoying Bob Fossil.
Yeah, the 2 characters, Matt Berry and Rich Fulcher, refer to themselves. They're fictionalized versions of themselves in the show. They go by their own names.
Yeah, Matt and Rich. And then they walk into a room and just hang a man. Like, that's it. And fucking Alan Ford's in there as a priest. Like, Bricktop's in there as a swearing priest. What's the name of that Tom Cup? The Blue Leopard. Yeah, I know it well. But then they just white hood on a man, hang him, and that's like the opening scene, and then it just cuts to credits, like, and you go, what the hell is this? Like, and it turns out that Matt Berry is the hangman, the last hangman in Britain.
To the king, yeah.
And Rich Fulcher is like his assistant, but it's never established how Rich came to be in the country, because Rich is an American.
Yeah, because he keeps talking about coming over to London, and it's implied that Matt Berry took him in for some unbeknown reason, because he doesn't seem that fond of him.
No, but I think he needs, that's the thing, is that Matt needs someone to punch down on constantly. And in the first episode, we find out that, Rich Fulcher is Mama Cass's son. And Matt Berry like keeps taking his royalty checks off him. And but then there's other sequences in it that make no sense.
There are sketches that would appear. There are sketches that only appear in one episode. Some sketches that appear in all. The Silver Cowboy Boot.
Yes,
Saga.
It's Matt Berry going into a shop to buy silver cowboy boots and being roundly beaten by the assistants behind the counter. Do you want some more, dickhead? No! It's, and it's never explained. He never wears the silver cowboy boots. We never see him wearing them. But it's just this weird non sequitur of a thing.
And he keeps going back to the same shop despite his earlier treatments because he really wants these silver cowboy boots.
But each time it's a different person behind the counter. Yeah. But they just all kick the shit out of him. But then, like, the fourth time he goes in, he's, like, flinching. And the woman's like, oh, yeah, I've got them here. And then we get a song as a song and dance number. And it's really, really, really strangely beautiful because it goes in directions you never see coming. I know it's got, like, a weird sort of cult following and stuff because of clips that surfaced on YouTube.
Well, I always kind of blame them for killing sketch shows. Burniston is another one where people have seen the majority of it through reels but you don't get the context of the entire show. You don't get the stories that are being told in there. Because again, in the first episode, it turns out that Rich can't sleep because of something that happened in a brothel with him and Matt. And I gotta piss. But then you get like Matt Berry talking, but they've dubbed over him shouting, and it looks really disjointed and jarring. Not that door, wrong door.
But he goes into the past and meets Matt Berry's 1888 great great grandfather, who is like a voodoo priest or something. It's like very strange.
Given the 1888 and London, it's quite implied they had something to do with Jack the Ripper as well.
I think he's supposed to be Jack Rippey, because he keeps bringing prostitutes in as well. Well, I'm from the future, but I still like boobies. It's also infinitely quotable as well. Like
even the Silver Cowboy Boot scenes we were talking earlier. There is a scene in that I keep coming into this shop to give you money, and all I get is ball ache and what is it? Ball ache and back chat, maybe.
Yes, back chat.
Yeah,
we got there in the end. Another day, another dickhead. What? Yeah, it's.
If you work in a shop, these are great lines.
These are the lines that you have to put up with. But it contains lots of other sort of people of that era. Richard Ayoade shows up in it as like the host of the Old Grey Whistle Test. Matt Berry composed all the music through it, even though it's two chords. I worked out that it's D minor and G are the two chords that are all the songs are made of all the way through it, but in different styles. So there's like the weird sex scene, taking control of your body. That where there's also a great bit in that where he just goes jizz flies. But that's just D minor and G in a different style to the main intro song, which is like referenced back through and coded all the way through the stuff. But then we get, is it the Suicide, the Quiet Room or whatever?
Of course, yeah.
And it's just like a funk song, and Matt Berry with a big old Moog sellotape to him playing this song. It's very, very strange, but I think the clips that most people have seen will be the ones where they're songwriters and Alice Lowe as David Bowie.
Fuck you. Kicking the dog or dropping the tray.
Oh, those ones as well. Yeah, yes. Just over here with my boyfriend. Fuck off. Yes. But it's the one where they're songwriting, and Alice Lowe as Bowie comes in. Is it Stephen K. Amos as Jimi Hendrix?
Yeah.
And like just
he's using the wrong fucking hands.
No problem, homeboy. But you could know one end of this from it. Yeah. He doesn't know who you are, David. And you get these like, because it's again fictionalized versions of these people. Like they kill Elton John in one sketch
and take quite a bit of glee doing so.
And yeah, Matt Berry's like, you cut his head off, I'll get the bin bags. It's like, this isn't the first time they've killed someone, which it isn't because they're the hangmen. And they spend all their day sitting in this club for like a gentleman's club.
Yeah, well, this is the connection to, is it Sir Charles Berry?
Sir Charles, yes.
Yeah,
Chuck. Cheers, Chuck.
It's implied that they're
he's his great great nephew. Because when he first goes into the past, it is explained because apparently he did some voodoo to bring it all makes sense.
Watch it.
In context. It makes sense, but it's like it died because it was on at 11 o'clock at night on BBC Three, and only like it wasn't late enough for kicking out time and not early enough to like people to watch it.
Yeah, stumbling home time.
Yeah, and I went to a 10-year screening of it at a cinema in Manchester that had Matt Berry there, and he kind of, it was very apparent that he did not want to be there, because there was a Q&A at halftime and people were asking. He went, "I have no memory of this whatsoever. Like, I never watched stuff back that I'm in. I don't remember filming any of this." Like, and he says, like, not through drink or anything like that. It was 10 years ago. I've done other stuff since.
It is surprising the amount of content he has actually got through since.
Yeah.
Snuff Box.
Yeah. I mean, Toast is the big thing that everyone will know him for.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's the same director for Toast London as Snuff Box.
Yes.
So I mean, Toast share a little bit of DNA.
There is, yeah.
It's got Alan Ford in it.
Yeah, well, yeah. But it is the same thing of like, there are, I wouldn't say it's so much sketch based, but there is like the songs and things in there. So you can see like the prototype of Toast in this.
Yeah.
But Matt is much more of an arsehole than Toast is, which is an understatement. And then like he's been, was he thingy in the IT Crowd, which is probably like the most famous thing he did as well when he replaced
What We Do in the Shadows.
Oh yes, as well, when he replaced Chris Morris in the IT Crowd.
Okay, another Brass Eye connection.
Again, everything links back to Brass Eye because it's so good.
Yes, future episode, hopefully.
Oof, yeah, get a lot of people on for that one though.
6 people, half an hour. I could do it.
He's never bringing it back. He's writing weird films.
But maybe he'd hear it and think, "Fuck, maybe I should."
I don't think you can now. Like,
you made it sound like a challenge.
It's beyond, yeah, but like politics is beyond parody at this point, isn't it? Like,
well, that was it. When it started resembling the thick of it, it was kind of, this is art imitating life, or life imitating art, and then it's just kind of gone. They would never have storylines that stupid in the thick of it.
Yeah, it's gone beyond parody. You can't write satire now because everything's sort of beyond satirical. Like it just is. And that was the fun. I guess you could do Brass Eye because it was ludicrous, wasn't it? It was like, man fills Pope full of mayonnaise. It was just weird stuff.
Yeah, a bit more wiggle room there.
Especially now. Back to Snuff Box. It led into that whole BBC Three thing of the smoking room, which if you haven't seen is fucking one of the most well observed single shot sort of sitcom. Everything happens in one room. Again, no one remembers it because it was shown at stupid o'clock on BBC Three, but has so many people in it, so many good people. You've got
all these shows that do have quite a strong cult following.
It's me. It's just me on my own for a lot of it,
handing out DVDs to everybody.
I must have bought The Smoking Room about 5-6 times because I've lent it to people and never got it back, sort of stuff. Same with Snuff Box. The amount of copies of this I made for people back when you could rip DVDs and things like that, and just lent them to people. It was like Garth Marenghi. It's a similar sort of ludicrousness as that, and you can see how they all, because apparently they all used to drink together in London. I can't remember what pub it was.
Yeah, because I know definitely even from the actor point of view, a lot of them did have their finger in the writing duties as well, but there is almost a cabal of the same people working together.
It's Noel Fielding, Julian Barrett, Richard Ayoade, Matt Berry, your lad who is Garth Marenghi, whose name escapes me at the moment.
Yeah, he has just become Garth Marenghi.
And
Matthew Holden?
No, anyway, and it's all those people like sort of helped each other and did stuff for each other. And I think if you look at like the script, like punch-ups for a lot of it, it's the same names on all of it because they all went and did their own thing. Matt Berry appears in, and Richard Ayoade appear in Dark Place.
Matthew Holness.
Holness, that's it, yeah. I think Matthew Holden is the one from Gareth and Stacey. Is it called Gavin and Stacey? The not fat one.
Matthew Holden. Professor Matthew Holden, not that one, School of Medicine.
No. Whiskey. But yeah. And it's never going to come back because Matt Berry's gone on to bigger and better things. He's it wouldn't surprise me if he ends up in Hollywood doing films and stuff. I think Rich Fulcher has basically retired now.
The only thing I know him from, he crops up a lot as a voice actor in various animations. Like Bob's Burgers, I think I definitely heard him in at one stage.
Possibly. But at that 10th anniversary thing, like, he sent in a video from his home in California or whatever, and he's just out there living in the sunshine with his kids, living his life, and I don't think he really needs to work that anymore. But it would just be very nice to get 6 more episodes of this, because I think there's unresolved stories to tell with it, and there's so much other stuff. Because there's the sitcom tropes that they go through. A brother coming to stay, Rich wanting to get married, and like Rich getting married to a woman who makes chimp noises, and Matt ruining it. But also but Rich has got a milky eye because he drank some homebrew that wasn't ready. It's so bizarrely weird.
Playing darts after.
The darts. This is I say that so much. This is fucking easy. And he's just whipping darts at the board, not going in. And then Matt throws his 1 dart and 3 darts land in the treble 20. How are you doing that? And it's so good. He's just basically skimming money off him constantly.
It's that grounded serenity. It's fucking.
Yeah, it's these normal everyday situations, but with just like a very, very strange twist on them.
And I think it's the two of them writing together. I don't know if they ad-libbed a lot or if they wrote and kind of knew what would come off as funny, because the scene, I don't know if it's a Chip fan the child's at.
Sully, yeah.
My fist in your ass are going to get married.
Again, say that a lot. Your ass is
say that a lot.
Mr. Greengrass. Yeah, it feels like that may have been heavily improvised.
Yeah.
Because it feels like they just went, Rich, go and do some stuff. Or is it the one where he's talking to that girl and he's like, I don't know if you know this, but maybe we should run away and I'll kill a pig and we can eat it and I've got full-blown shingles growing out of my ass. And it just feels like they just let him talk, and there must be other takes of that where he just...
So even if we don't get another series, can we just have the B-rolls, please?
Well, I bought the DVD of this, and it turns out that because it gained like a weird cult following in America, they released it with extra stuff on it, and I can't find a copy of this, and I kind of need. I might have a scour of the piracy sort of kind.
Yo ho!
See if I can find it, just because I think there must be lost scenes, and I know there is a music CD of the music in it because I had it, and I don't know where it went, of the Snuff Box theme tune, which also turns up in Dread. Just to
I was
get
going
that,
to say that's another
just to get
connection.
that reference in as well. It wouldn't be me if I didn't get Dread mentioned once in there.
Because was the original working title of the show something to do with bronze? Once I read that, it was like, that explains the lyrics of the theme tune.
I mean, it is one of those lines that I really quite like because it seems cleverer than it is. You thought it was gold, but it was bronze, and I was like, it is a gold line. Oh, it all comes back to gold at this point. But it's one of, like, I would recommend if you're listening to this, you will like Snuff Box. Like, you wouldn't be here
You'll
otherwise.
realise how much of it has been ripped off,
and how it has influenced so many other things without being given the credit for it.
Yeah, because there are a lot of people that love Matt Berry now, just anything he's in. So if you've done IT Crowd or Dark Place, House of Fools. He was in Book of Boba Fett. House of Fools is brilliant. Future episode.
Oh. And us, like, yeah, beef. Oh.
And he was in that fucking Discworld live action thing that we're not allowed to talk about.
Oh, is it any? I've never watched it because I was like,
it's fucking dog shit.
This is not the Discworld. This is not my Discworld.
No.
No. I'd rather watch the David Jason ones. And that's saying something. But yeah, and it is like...
So yeah, if he's tickled your fancy in any of those, yeah, this is worth
go back and watch this, because it is him, like I would say his purest form. Like, it's so... There's not a missed beat in it. There's no wasted motion. Everything lands. There's not a sketch in it.
There's not an ounce of fat on this either.
No,
it's not fluffed
there's not
up
a sketch in
way.
this that you go, you skim through it, because it's all so good. And even the bits that, like, don't seem to make sense. Like,
you seem to feel that it's you that doesn't get it. It's not that it fell flat.
Yeah, you go, well, what?
Did I miss something there?
The guy who is just collecting random things at that restaurant, and he just steals the matchbook and a rubber band and stuff. And you go, what the fuck's this for? But it pays off at the end. It all links in. And it's just a really nice and beautiful, and I would say one of the best comedy shows ever made.
Oh, easy.
Because again, there's nothing wasted. Everything in there is in there for a reason, and it all lands. Which for a sketch show, which is essentially what it is a very, very rare thing. I mean, there's only 6 episodes of it. You can get through it in an afternoon.
And is it streaming anywhere sensible now, or is it
Nope.
just for wee pirates?
There is I found it on Internet Archive. There's 5 episodes up of that, and then the 6th one is on, I think, YouTube or Dailymotion or something. So you have to shop about a bit, but it is easily findable. And you can watch it in an afternoon, and you will, because you'll be like, next week on the Snuff Box, pleasure. Yeah, and also it's like Matt Berry's voice in it as well.
Oh, talk about fucking voice envy.
Yeah. I went and saw him play live, and it must have been just after this.
Mm-hmm.
And you could tell, because people were just yelling out "whiskey" constantly, and you could see him getting more and more frustrated. It's like, he is a credible artist. Like, his music's pretty good. Like, feels a bit pompous and overblown at times, but I guess that's the shtick. But you could see him getting more and more annoyed as the evening went on, of people just yelling that.
I am more than a catchphrase. How dare you?
That's it. Like, 'cause he had a full backing band with him. And then my mate asked him if he wanted a drink afterwards, and he just went, no, walked off. And I was like, oh, fair enough. He tried.
Whiskey.
No,
he was going for the long con.
It's all been that. But yeah, go and watch it. Go and like it. Tell your friends. Write to Matt Berry. Ask him to do more. He
Demand
won't.
better comedy.
I mean, we got 1 season of this, and yet how long has Mrs. Brown's Boys been fucking running for?
I can only apologise.
I'm not holding you responsible for it, but as a nation, you should have
fucking war crime. That
you should have shot him in the head. Yeah.
Payback for the famine.
Oh, come on, that's not even fair. That's not fair.
The famine was a lot more funny than Mrs. Brown's Boys.
I mean, if you will be fussy eaters, to quote Alan Partridge,
just have a barm.
And also, it's just I literally, having rewatched it for this, it made me realise how much I love this, how much it has influenced me particularly, but everything else.
Yeah, rewatching it has made me realise how much I have ripped off.
Yeah,
just the show wholesale.
Because
I caught Get Fucked.
No cigarette smoking here, Betty. You know the rules.
Get fucked.
Well, like never.
Well, maybe you should while it still works.
I feel like King Pricko of Pricksburg, Massachusetts. It's just good. Does everyone swear in the future, Mr. Rich? Or are you suffering from some kind of malady?
Vulgarity.
It's so, and it is one of those things that you will be infinitely, like, just stuff creeps into your lexicon and you don't even realise that it's happening because it's just funny. I can't recommend this program enough, and I can't believe it hasn't had the recognition that it deserves.
Well, hopefully we've sold the case. We've got a bit more selling to do before we call it a day. Where the fuck will people find you?
Oh, you can find me on Twitter at Hallmark of Greatness, or on Instagram and all that shite on the same thing as well. It is.
Social media is dying on its own.
It is.
At least all we podcasters are friends with each other and like each other's things.
Yeah, that's all. And then for simply £30, you too can nominate your podcast for an award that nobody gives a fuck about.
Plantypods.co.uk.
No, that's free. I was talking about whatever it was, and then the true crime one that's $2,500 for a table at the awards show. And I'm like, who the fuck do you think you are?
I almost would cough that up just to win What the Fuck Do You Want? Crime Podcast of the Year.
Yeah, apparently there's still tickets available. I imagine a lot of them. Imagine all of them, because ain't no podcaster's got money.
Have you seen our microphones?
Yeah, it's so big.
Well, as always, been a fucking pleasure. Thanks once again for dropping in.
Anytime.
Oh, don't say that. It will be fucking every time.
I am the new Planty.
Please, you're much more handsome, but less well endowed.
You take what you can get.
But until next time, do get fucked.
Shit. Horse piss. Fuck shit. Horse piss.
Son of a two-ball bitch.
Fuck shit. Horse piss.
Son of a two-ball bitch.
Motherfucker. Fuck shit. Horse piss.
Son of a two-ball bitch.
Motherfucker. Fuck shit. Horse piss.
Son of a two-ball bitch.
Motherfucker. Fuck shit. Horse piss.
Son of a two-ball bitch.
Motherfucker. Fuck shit. Horse piss.
Just right.